JD Power Initial Quality Awards than any other car brand. And they received more last year, too. And the year before that.
Oh, wow.
And the year before that. In fact, Chevy's received more JD Power Initial Quality Awards than any other car brand 4 years in a row.
Impressive.
Find your tag and get 16% below MSRP on select Equinox vehicles in stock. Or current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Equinox for around $159 a month.
A Secret Service security scandal. Why 2 agents were fired.
Yeah, but you see your kids up there, you can go help your kids. If I could have, I would have climbed up on myself.
Rescued off a roller coaster after hours at 80 feet up.
7 on your side, digging deeper.
How did nobody from this facility run it up the flagpole that there were that many problems here?
After a bombshell report of danger at the VA hospital.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11. On your side.
First at 11 o'clock, 80 feet in the air and nowhere to go for hours.
But within the last hour and a half, the final person has been rescued off the Joker's Jinx coaster at Six Flags. Tom Rousey is there. He's been talking to people as they made it safely to the ground. And Tom, how terrifying it must have been for them.
And it definitely was. I got to tell you, this, of course, happened at a time when a lot of kids were here because they're on spring break. We talked to an 8th grader and a 9th grader who were stuck on that roller coaster. They say the worst part was how high they were.
We were starting to get really scared.
For the Valverde siblings of Silver Spring, a fun spring break trip to Six Flags turned terrifying on the Joker's Jinx.
So there was a curve, like a lot of roller coasters have, where it goes down like that and then up. And I guess it didn't have enough momentum and it just kind of womp womp.
This video from the Prince George's County Fire Department shows them being rescued after being stuck for 2 hours. While they were stuck, Mom and Dad could only wait.
Well, you see your kids up there, you can go help your kids. That's very difficult to, as a father, to put your mind on, because if I could have, I would have climbed up on myself.
And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Some are waving, like help.
We talked to witnesses on the ground. One says he heard a creaking noise.
It was going at like normal speed, and then you just heard the noise, and then it just was stop.
Throughout the night, the fire department kept rescuing people. As for the Valverde siblings, they say they don't always consider themselves close, but they sure were during this.
We felt like we were safe together, and that if something happens, we have each other.
We calmed each other down. That was nice.
The Valverdes say the park gave them those towels you saw wrapped around them, also some food and passes for the future to skip to the front of the line for rides. I said, do you really want to ride a roller coaster again? They said yes, but not right away. Reporting outside Six Flags America in Prince George's County, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
Now they won't have to wait in line. Tom, thanks very much. You know, not the first problem on that ride, because August 2014, another 24 riders stuck at the top of the roller coaster, but this time was for 5 hours. Emergency crews were called in. Everyone was safely brought to the ground. New at 11 o'clock, 2 Secret Service agents fired.
That's after a troubling security breach at the White House last month. Michelle Marsh live with the fallout at the Secret Service. Michelle?
Yeah, law enforcement officers tell CNN sources that the 2 fired agents were on the job for less than a year. You'll remember White House fence jumper Jonathan Tran spent 15 minutes on the grounds before being caught. Now, one of the officers was supposed to be at a guard post at the Treasury building and the other along East Executive Avenue. When the Secret Service found Tran, he was walking close to the White House wall near the South Portico entrance. The Secret Service insists they are continuing to review this incident and won't address personnel matters. Nancy?
All right, Michelle, thank you. And it has been a tough time for the Secret Service. These firings come just a week after a Secret Service agent was busted for meeting a prostitute at a hotel in Rockville. Quincy Torregano is suspended. He was assigned to Vice President Mike Pence's detail.
Rock the Red NHL playoffs off to a very good start for the Capitals.
Oh, it was exciting. Game 1 went into overtime, but the Caps won it 3-2. Tim Barber live at the Verizon Center with celebrating fans. And Tim, what an exciting finish.
Well, the Caps were playing over here. We were monitoring these fans over here at the bar who were on the edge of their seat throughout the game, especially during that third period, and it really amped up during overtime. But the second the Caps scored, the tension was released in a collective scream from fans throughout Chinatown. Here's what they're saying about this incredible first game of the playoffs.
Let's go! Let's go! All the way, boys! Let's go, Caps!
Caps #1, baby!
And of course, we're going to have the latest of highlights and analysis from the team later in this broadcast in sports. That's the latest here live from the Verizon Center. Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
All right, Tim, thank you. And the 7 on your side I-team digging deeper after an alarming report on D.C.'s VA hospital. We're talking dirty storage areas and a lack of vital supplies. Tonight, a promise that a change will be in place by Monday. Tim has been busy. He has been on this story also since it broke tonight. He asked some tough questions to those in charge.
How did nobody from this facility run it up the flagpole that there were that many problems here?
I see it as a basic failure of management.
Tonight, VA Secretary David Shulkin is responding to 7 on Your Side's questions about the problems at the DC VA Medical Center.
I can assure